Coming straight from the Philippines, it's the Hateful Geeks. This week we're going to be talking about Spider-Man Homecoming. It's been a while, but pretty good flick. We've got some sweet new trailers coming out from San Diego Comic-Con, and a couple of us saw Valerian, unfortunately.
Oh, the movie gave me space AIDS.
Fucking great.
All right, before we get started, we just wanted to give a shout out to another podcast of ours that we, 3, 2, 1, it's not ours.
Definitely not ours.
We just took it over. Yoink. All right.
We should have outtakes.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, we need a blooper episode.
Take three. Go with take three.
All right, take three. Three. All right, before we get going, we wanted to give a little shout out to another podcast that we enjoy listening to. It's called Those Movie Guys Podcast. Two very knowledgeable fellow geeks, and they know their shit, and they know what to listen to as well. So you should definitely go over there, give them a listen, give them a try, and support them. You could find Those Movie Guys Podcast on Facebook, iTunes, Instagram, anywhere that you could go and listen to the podcast. So
Google
do
Play.
it.
I do believe Google Play.
Do it. Do it.
Welcome back again to the Hateful Geeks. My name's Phil.
I'm Andy.
This is Sweeney.
This is Tim.
And this week we've got a couple movies we've seen recently that have tweaked our nips a bit, and San Diego Comic-Con took place, and holy shit. But we're going to start off, we're a little delayed. Sorry, one of us had to move to Indianapolis, and what a jerk.
Fuck you, Phil.
That guy's an asshole.
Me. Anyway, Spider-Man Homecoming. Been out for a couple weeks now. Marvel's continuing their dynasty, of course, of the grand franchise of Marvel Comics, and this was actually not a huge kick in the penis. I mean, I definitely got nipped in the nuts a little bit with a couple things that I have wrong with this movie, but for the most part, it was enjoyable.
That sounds painful. Please don't ever say nipped in the nuts ever again.
I mean, there was a couple parts of this movie I felt like I was in a prostate exam. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, there was some parts that, and we'll get to those. I know what you're talking about. But, I mean, so first off, kudos to whoever decided to put the original Spider-Man theme song in an orchestra version and the, I don't know, not the previews, but whatever.
It was in the opening credits.
Opening credits,
It was
yeah.
the opening Marvel scroll.
That was
great.
Perfect.
I nerded out a bit. I was pretty pleased about that.
That was like one of the best things. I was like, oh my God, like this is my childhood all over again.
Wunderbar.
And it was all downhill from there. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I think we all agreed that we loved that there was no origin story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't need it again. He
There
got
was
fucking
no-
bit by a
There
spider.
was no Uncle
We know.
Ben.
No.
Not
None
at
of
all.
There was no reason to. We this is the first Spider-Man we've gotten where we didn't get an origin. We don't care about the origin because we know who Spider-Man is. It's not like it's new to anybody. But he's not older. Like we don't see him in college. Like we don't see him like being an adult. We see him with these powers as a high schooler. And
It's a year one it's a high school Peter Parker. It's right after an origin story. We could probably go there.
Oh, absolutely.
So I mean, I mad props to Marissa Tomei as like the young Aunt May.
Whoa. We could talk about how they tried to ugly her up in this movie.
They
They
tried.
tried to Brooklyn single mom her a little bit. It's impossible to ugly her up.
They gave her like the high
Especially
pants and the weird glasses.
She had high pants and like old woman glasses,
Right.
and then like
Her hair
ponytail.
was
Like,
all
I
like
don't like what?
disheveled.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we know
What,
you don't have
like-
a problem, Phil. That's another talk for another day.
Yeah.
So, but my lead into this is the reason I'm really excited about Marissa Tomei as Aunt May is this opens up for like flashbacks, maybe in later Spider-Man movies, of like an Uncle Ben with my cousin Vinny. I would love to see that. Like, give me a break. Like the reunion of Joe Pesci and Marissa Tomei is like this like Bronx like hard New York accent. Like, hey, yo, with great power comes like great responsibility, guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking here.
Just go like
I'd watch that
taxi driver, Uncle Ben.
You know what?
that's
I'd
not-
watch that movie.
That's Midnight Cowboy. That's Dustin Hoffman, Midnight Cowboy.
Oh, okay.
But I'm walking here.
I know. I'm just saying.
Meh.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Talking to me?
You talking to
Wait,
me?
nobody else here? You must be talking to me.
See, there you go. There's the correct movie reference.
My bad.
You buttholes.
No problem.
Get it right.
And to get those references right, go to those movie guys.
Those movie
Bye.
guys.
They're probably face palming hardcore to us right now.
Oh.
Anyway, so this movie opens up with like right after like the great alien invasion of the first Avengers movie with Mr. Toombs, Michael Keaton, and his salvaging crew, like cleaning up alien shit, like all the leftover alien technology, and of course Tony Stark and the government come here like fuck that.
Well, yeah.
So
that's what they do.
Michael Keaton. I think we in a previous cast we discussed that Michael Keaton was not exactly our first choice. I mean, granted, the Vulture isn't our first choice for.
I was actually supporting Keaton the entire time.
Okay.
I was
well,
too.
sorry.
I
Andy
was
was
too.
on Team Keaton from minute one. The rest of us,
No,
maybe me.
I think Andy's argument was, well, we said the same thing about Ben Affleck. I think that was the exact argument.
No, I just didn't. I did not think he was going to do bad, and he didn't. And not only did he not do bad, I'm ready to put him up there at the same equivalency in the Marvel universe, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as like a Loki. Like he was that good of a villain.
Well, I mean,
Well, I'm not concerned about Michael Keaton himself. He's an amazing actor. My concern was the Vulture. He has a C-tier Spider-Man villain. He's no Doc Ock or Green Goblin. He's an old man with the Rocketeer pack and some feather wings. It's not exactly an intimidating character.
That's
But-
the best
well,
description ever.
well, also, even though he's like a C-list Marvel villain, arguably, I think for me, like he's the most fleshed out Marvel movie villain since Loki. I think
Well,
he's got a family, he's got motivations, he's
And
got
You see why he's doing what he's
Yeah.
doing, and it's not like at first it's not because he's wanting power or money or greed. It's just I'm doing
got
what I
screwed
got to do.
over.
Yeah, he's like, fuck you guys. I'm going to do what I need to do to support my family. And
He
if
got
I
screwed over by a hardcore 1%er in a fucking Tinker Toy suit who thinks he rules the world. And yeah, man, I kind of was rooting for fucking Michael
Yeah.
Keaton and the Vulture throughout this film.
he got screwed over by Touched by an Angel.
that's
Sure
true.
did.
But I also think too, we had to have this villain. I don't think you can give young Peter Parker a Doc Ock. I don't
Right.
think you can give him the Green Goblin this early. I don't think he'll be able to handle it.
Mm-mm.
It would be like trying to watch, I don't know, Tony Stark when he was a teenager take on the Mandarin. Like that doesn't make sense, So we had a good villain for the age of who he was.
Maybe a year one Batman versus Joker would be a better analogy because I don't care about the Mandarin after Ben Kingsley.
Or, I
We're
mean,
done
That's
here.
not the real
or-
Mandarin.
Or Batman Begins with the Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Sure.
yeah,
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then, like, after when the sequel comes around, the Infinity movies will have happened. He's had a lot more experience.
Right.
Then you can do Doc Ock or Green Goblin or whoever, Hobgoblin.
Yeah, I'd like to see Hobgoblin. I mean, everyone will be like, "Oh, this is just a Green Goblin ripoff," but Hobgoblin's shtick is he steals technology, and I mean, I'd watch that movie still.
Right.
Well,
and how about his reveal in the film when everybody was sitting there watch and Peter goes to pick up his prom date and the door opens and it's
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
And
That's spoilers, bro.
Well,
but
we just skipped like way
Yeah.
ahead.
And this is like 3 weeks after the movies come out. If you haven't seen it and you're listening to us, you're dumb.
Also
That's
props.
true.
Yeah.
Also props to the guy in our theater that when Michael Keaton opened the door, everyone's
Oh,
quiet
yeah.
until the guys go, "Oh shit!"
It starts like laughing. Yes,
Yeah.
that was the best. Like
Wasn't that
best
me?
reaction.
No, I don't think that was you.
No.
That was a guy.
That was
I'm
the
pretty
other-
sure I looked at Andy and I was like mouth agape, like, look, it's a better twist than every Shyamalan movie put together.
What the tweets?
What the twist?
What a twist!
Yeah.
That was an excellent turn. Like Keaton owned the role. He took what was like probably not an impressive villain and made it an impressive villain. Like I'd like to see more of the Vulture now. The Keaton's Vulture, not green spandex Rocketeer Vulture. I'm not cool with that.
It's a villain that Marvel didn't even kill off, too.
Right. He's still around.
Yeah, he's still
He can come
around.
back along with some other villains that we get to see in the whole.
Target.
Yeah, we got like a lot of the Spider-Man Rogue Squadron coming out.
Scorpion neck tat.
Yep, Scorpion Neck Tat. Shocker.
Foreshadowing.
The Shocker. When they made the Shocker not so
Shocky.
Dumb.
yeah, like it's not stupid. Not a guy in like a gold. I don't know.
Golden brown,
Yeah.
leathery outfit.
mesh.
Yeah.
No,
No,
like-
The mesh, like
The
gold.
first- the white dude with the Dynasty beard at the beginning of the movie, he had those yellow,
he did.
padded arms.
He did have
Then
the
he
yellow
died.
padded arm. He died.
Oh, this isn't the gravity gun?
Yeah, because Keaton thought he was shooting with the gravity gun, and it was
Oh,
just
yeah.
the disintegrate ray. I'm not really sure what it was, but
it killed him real good.
Yeah, real good. Nicely effective.
Obviously, as a group, we enjoyed this as a Spider-Man film. Like the humor was spot on. I think Tom Holland's probably the best. Yeah. Fuck you, Tobey Maguire. Fuck you, Garfield. Holland's probably the best Spider-Man of modern film.
Oh yeah,
there's no debating that he is the best one.
Parker. He nails in the suit. He understands and respects the character. I cannot wait to see him do this more. Now, as for respecting characters, I think there's a couple that got hardcore disrespected in this film.
Well, there's a couple of things that, I mean, I'm not complaining about, but I've heard the complaints. One being his suit, having all those gadgets made by Tony. I mean, all these gadgets, all the extra stuff, and having Friday in the suit was hysterical.
Yeah,
especially in the movie.
Karen,
I don't really care. I mean, I like that. It's coming from Tony, so you know he's gonna like.
I liked it too. I
out.
like my Spider-Man like Silver Age comic book. Like he just has his own little suit and he's going around. I like that, but this is a different universe.
Mm-hmm.
And if his very first suit is given to him by Tony Stark, it's going to have tech in it.
We know throughout the movie they let us know that he is a scientist. He makes his own webbing. That's not something from Tony. It's not something that Tony gave him. It's I can make this too. I can do this too. I can have my own suit, because he did have his own makeshift suit, which I thought I'd be more mad about it because I hate the freaking hoodie Spider-Man. I think it's so fucking stupid. Like, why would he wear a hoodie?
Fuck Ben Reilly.
Yeah, like no, wear a fucking hoodie. Wear like an actual suit or something, like, or just a ski mask. Nope, hoodie. But I didn't mind it because he actually had the eyes that still move. So actually, he put some technology into his own suit. He had the web slingers himself. So yeah, it was kind of for me the best of both, because you do get those super fancy. What was it called? The babysitter mode, or
training wheels.
Training wheels protocol. I thought that was a great touch. Like the fact that A, it was in there, and B, the fact that him and his man behind the computer could hack it.
Yeah.
And actually,
the man in the chair.
The man in the chair. There you go. So I don't see the complaint. Like, it's Tony. You know how Tony is. He overdoes anything he can overdo. He will.
I think this is a hardcore, like, right-wing nerd argument, though. Who cares about the tech in the suit? The AI in the suit was some of the best, like, comedy in the movie. Seeing the suit in work, like insta-kill mode, interrogation mode. These were hilarious things. Him learning to, like, utilize the tech in the suit was some of the best parts of the film. So complaining about that is a moot point, because it only enhanced the film.
I agree, for sure.
I mean, so yeah, I don't hate on that, but I mean, So Andy had a really bullshit argument when we had Wonder Woman. He was really mad about, like, Remus Lupin's mustache.
It's freaking Remus Lupin.
It's Remus Lupin. Right. It still bothers me.
So I have a similar trivial crybaby complaint about Spider-Man. I think that Mary Jane and Flash were completely screwed up. And before you start attacking me, it has absolutely nothing to do with casting decisions. I don't understand Zendaya. I'm not a millennial. I don't listen to, like, Top 40. I don't know who she is, but
it's music.
You don't change, but you don't take Mary Jane Watson and name her Michelle Jones. That is bullshit. Like, that reveal at the end of the film, like, my friends call me MJ. Well, first of all, for the last 2 hours I've been watching this film, you are the most antisocial hipster I've ever met. You have no friends. Let's settle that argument now. 2, if you're going to go by the nickname of MJ, I don't know a person on earth who takes initials like PJ or any of that crap and uses their last name and first name. That's like for people that are like Bill Bob. Like, that's BB. Like, you don't do that crap. You're not Mary Jane. And if they stick with her as Mary Jane, I have a fucking huge problem.
They're not going to. Kevin Feige already said she's not Mary Jane. I'll agree with you on Flash. Like, Flash is the jock. Like, I
didn't mind Flash.
Flash was awful.
I didn't mind it either, but I understand his argument.
See, I don't. Yeah.
I understand the argument that they were making, where they were saying a bully is no longer in this day and age just like the jock. It
like
could be like
the
a nerd. It
could be
team. Anybody can be a bully. So I get that aspect of it.
Why is his nickname Flash then?
Yeah, but his the persona, who he was, the actor, I just wasn't buying it. I didn't like. The only time I think I really laughed at him when he was at the party and it was like, when I say Peter, you say, or when I say Parker, you say penis.
No, it's getting back. I say penis, you say Parker.
It's
Whatever.
those
It doesn't
things.
matter.
It's
He
one
wants
of those
people to
two
yell
things.
penis.
Whatever.
Sure.
I was halfway
Words,
there.
word plan.
Halfway.
See, that's how unmemorable
Well,
Flash
Memorable.
was.
Yeah. But
And-
my point is, his nickname is Flash. The character in the comic is nicknamed Flash is because he's like a track star and a football star.
Well, maybe
Like,
he.
why was this guy's name Flash? Was he really fast in bed in his freshman year and some chick was like, dude was like a two-pump.
Yeah.
Flash. Nailed it.
No, maybe we don't know the full story. Maybe it was off season for him for sports. Maybe he really is an athlete.
I would imagine because he drives a fast car.
That too.
Flash Thompson
Kind of
You
like
got
the
a
Fast and
fast
Furious.
ever
Fast and
be
Furious.
caught dead on an academic decathlon team under any circumstance.
But he was just there for like show. He really didn't
But I
really
might
care.
be wrong. I thought they said in the Homecoming movie in the classroom scene that his real name is Flash. Like it wasn't even a nickname in this movie. His real
Like
name
his
is
actual
Flash.
name is Flash?
Yeah, so that's why they were taken away. He's not nicknamed it because he's an athlete. It's just his real name.
That's dumb.
That is even dumber. Like these are two characters, Mary Jane and Flash, that formed Peter Parker and Spider-Man's like identity in his youth. Like these are two people that like completely had massive effects on him, especially Flash. Like the bullying, like Flash taught him like the type of person he doesn't want to be and the type of person he wants to protect other people from. Like you just turned him into like a wannabe DJ, just total bro fuckboy, and I'm not so intimidating. I laugh at that.
So what you're telling me, the way to trigger Phil is to get him a bad Flash and Mary Jane.
Correct.
Pretty much. Like
Okay.
these are two like characters that I love in the comics and that I really hate in this film.
So
Triggered.
and almost as bad maybe if we don't get mullet Superman and Death of Superman.
Look, man, if he doesn't have a mullet, it's not canon.
I think he would. I mean,
Well-
you gotta give him a mullet,
Well, I mean, it's a conversation for later, but I mean, he has to have a stash, right?
a beard,
Mm-mm.
everything.
No,
Oh, the
stash
comic
will be removed
stash,
using
yes.
THG. That's another story.
Yeah,
Another
sorry.
day.
Another time.
that's for later. That's
Yeah.
for later.
So
this
we'll come
episode.
back to
So
that.
foreshadowing.
So for Star Wars, wow. No, Spider-Man. I'm happy. We get a young Peter Parker, young Spider-Man. He's gonna have a lot of years to develop. Tom Holland can actually grow with this character.
Yeah.
And stay. It's kind of like Robert Downey Jr. all over
So-
again.
Yeah.
Tim, what was your opinion on the suit reveal at the end?
I feel like I'm the only one that really did not like that suit. It was, but like I'm not a big fan of the Iron Spider suit in general, and I was just like looking at it. I'm like, and then they're using it for the Avengers now.
Yeah, and I like it. I like
I
that
don't-
suit because it's an upgrade. Like Tony,
I mean, I get it.
It could have been
just-
gold and red, Tim. It could have been gold and red.
like bright golden red,
Yeah, then I would have just sobbed.
like hot rod red,
Anyone want to see a grown man cry?
like hot rod
Do
red
every
and
night
gold.
before bed.
Oh.
Oh,
Spider-Man: Homecoming definitely led
It was a
true
great
to its
film.
namesake. I mean, it came back to the roots, came back home, and now we're gonna get Spider-Man in Infinity War.
it was everything I wanted in a Spider-Man movie. Like I
It
was,
was.
I sat there and I was like, that's the first good Spider-Man movie in over a decade.
I did.
Wait,
I just
dear God.
thoroughly enjoyed watching it. Like I had a good time watching it. I cracked up because he plays. We said he plays Peter perfect. He plays Spider-Man perfect. It's fun watching Spider-Man while fighting and doing stuff, having those quick remarks, having that like fun while doing it because that's how he is in the comics.
Well, yeah, and I'm glad you like it because we all know you love musicals. So Tobey Maguire and Spider-Man 3 was like your
Oh,
favorite.
If you go back and watch any
Cabaret.
of those first three Spider-Mans, if you watch them
Spider-Mans?
now,
Spider-Man?
yeah, Tobey Maguire looks so old compared to after you just saw Tom Holland do it.
Well, yeah, because like what Tobey Maguire was a 28-year-old playing a high schooler in the first
Yeah.
Spider-Man
a
movie.
little weird.
It's like, "Arr."
Little
Keep your
weird.
eyes open in that film. Donald Glover's obviously a Miles Morales reference too. I mean, this movie had a lot of Easter eggs.
No, Donald Glover's
Don Glover
character was
Bobby Brown. He's
yeah,
the Prowler.
the Prowler.
He's the Prowler. He is the uncle of Miles Morales.
Yeah, that's a Miles Morales
It-
reference. He is the Prowler, but he says, I got a nephew
mean-
that lives in Brooklyn. Like that is a Miles
Oh.
Morales reference.
I didn't
Oh yeah,
get
that one is. Yeah. I forgot his uncle was the Prowler in the Ultimate
Yeah.
Universe. Son of a B.
Yeah.
No, you
You're
catch.
welcome.
you sure showed me, fellers.
You're wrong.
So overall, good grade. I'm really excited about Infinity War. Trying to get all the characters together, and I guess that kind of leads us into
San Diego Comic-Con trailers.
Everything we got. I thought somebody made like a weird sound. I was like, wait, what was that? Oh,
let's fill orgasm in Indiana.
I did. I climaxed like 3 or 4 times. Thank you, internet. And thank you for everybody at San Diego Comic-Con that is like leaking everything that they're seeing, and of course the companies that do it themselves. Like, holy shit, man! Like, we got a new Justice League trailer.
Yeah, we got Justice League. We got Infinity War.
We got Spielberg's Ready Player One.
Yeah. We got was Defenders San Diego?
They showed the first episode of Defenders at San Diego.
Yeah, so we got Defenders.
Stranger Things 2.
Stranger Things.
That came out during Comic-Con.
Yep.
And of course, I think.
Well, the week before
the Thor trailer,
the Thor trailer, and then the week before at their Disney fan at D23, they had the first footage of Avengers: Infinity War, which has now leaked online. They haven't officially done it, but released it, but it is leaked online.
Nice,
and it's amazing.
I haven't watched it yet.
I sent you guys a link.
I know, but I didn't get to watch it.
Why aren't you a son of a bitch?
Yeah, I mean, I'm busy, man. I got stuff to do. I got things to do and people.
I got a girlfriend and 3 dogs. God damn it.
So, So let's start off. Let's go Marvel heavy because they have a lot more, I think, than DC does. Yeah. DC has the one big one. So Infinity War. We kind of got like a behind the scenes day one kind of thing. How they're talking about what's going on.
Like, are you talking about the footage or
yeah,
it's. I mean, a lot of it is Thanos causing destruction. Like, it's not a whole lot story wise, but I mean, you've got how Thor meets the Guardians, and Thor like lands on their windshield in space, and Rocket's immediately like, wipe it off, and turns on the windshield wipers, which is great.
Of course, it's Rocket.
And Thanos, like without the armor, I'm still kind of thrown off.
Bald
by,
Thanos
like,
looks very weird.
But I'm like that when I read the comics. I'm just like,
like, what do you think he's like under the helmet? Like, you think he's got like a luscious locks just sitting in there?
Yes.
Cornrows.
Yes, I do. He's just got a luscious mane
flowing.
Of blonde hair flowing in the wind.
Is that why Thor hates him?
I'm kind of with Tim on this one. When I see Thanos outside of like his normal Thanos garb, all I'm thinking is like, shit, Grimace bulked up in prison. What happened?
Yeah.
Giant Grimace.
Yeah, and you've got there's a scene with like Doctor Strange and Tony Stark and wow, I said Doctor Strange twice.
Whoa.
And Star-Lord, which is great, and like it looked like Doctor Strange doing his spells, how it like circular, like it looked like a clock. Well, Thanos is just jumping and just landing on them to get to him.
Nice.
Which looked real awesome.
Very cool.
There's just and then you've got your brief shots of like Bucky, Black Panther, Cap with a beard.
Yeah. Cap, beard Cap.
Black Widow with blonde hair
blonde
now.
Hair, yes.
So,
which I can dig.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson with blonde hair. I'm a fan.
Calm down, Sweeney.
It looked great, and I'm waiting for them to kind of officially just say F it and release it.
Yeah, I mean they will on their own terms, or they leaked it themselves just because they knew.
No,
the one I saw is it looks like it looks like it's a handy cam because you can see the couple people.
Disney can't hire somebody sitting there with a handy cam.
All right, you've got me.
Okay,
with your goddamn conspiracy theories.
Logic,
Use it.
Yeah, no, and then we also got the actual trailer they did release with Feige and
I think that was before Comic-Con.
Was it before?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that?
There's just some like kind of like behind the scenes footage.
Oh yeah, it was D23.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So yeah, D23. Then I guess it's kind of the same week before.
It was the week before. Yep.
So we get kind of Feige, we get the Russo brothers all talking about how this is the culmination of everything since 2008, the first Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it is going to be kind of an end of an era in some ways because you're going to have new Iron Man. You have to. There's no way.
I mean, you're going to have new actors for the big three at least.
I mean, they're getting older. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. is great, but he can't be old man Tony.
He can't be 62-year-old Tony in the armor. I mean, he's already 50 plus.
Right. So I'm excited, man. We get these movies like back to back, don't we? Like
May of 18 and May of 19.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're filming them back to back. They're currently filming 4 right now. Ant-Man and the Wasp and whatever the 4th Avengers movie are filming right now.
Nice. Okay, so Next trailer. I guess we can kind of talk about the Defenders a little bit.
I'm not a fan of any of these characters.
I like Jessica Jones a lot. I think it's a good character to tell, a good story to tell, even if it's dark a little bit. But it's a good story.
Jessica Jones blew me away. It's not a character that I knew a whole lot about, but like I'm a huge Daredevil fan, so
yeah, absolutely.
Daredevil's in it, so therefore I'm in.
Well, I never had any knowledge. Jessica Jones was just never on my radar, so I watched the entire series and loved it. She was awesome, and I've just recently started watching Luke Cage.
Oh yeah,
so Luke Cage is great.
Well, I'm far behind on that, and I'm already. I'm really liking it.
Yeah, Jessica Jones also gave us what I think is one of the most powerful villains in the Marvel universe. I mean, Purple Man. I mean, that he was creepy and just maniacal and messed up. And I loved every minute of it.
One of the creepiest villains I've I think in anything I've watched is Dave Tennant just played it great.
Oh, absolutely, just perfect.
Get over here, Jessica.
Right.
Oh. I know it's a poor imitation, but damn,
terrible,
accurate. Yeah. It's creepy, and I mean, he's a creepy character in general. I mean, the fact that he can just make anybody do anything, make people kill themselves, like it's just stupid.
There's a story in Daredevil that came out maybe like a year or two ago where he sired children so he could accumulate more power. So there's purple children running around.
Oh boy, that's even worse. Yeah. Okay. So Defenders, if you don't know, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Daredevil, Iron Fist, all in Hell's Kitchen, all fighting off the Hand.
Mm-hmm.
We got to see Sigourney Weaver as the Hand.
Like like they've been very secretive about who she is, and I mean, all signs are kind of pointing to like her being like a main leader in the Hand.
You see her over the one Asian older woman who was like of like Kingpin's right hand people.
Yeah.
So obviously it's above her grade.
Yeah.
And she's really high up. So I don't know that I'm excited for the Defenders. I mean, I didn't need Defenders, and the fact that they're not really fighting.
I mean, it makes sense because it's just like the movies leading into. The first wave of movies leading into the Avengers. So You've got the first wave leading into Defenders. I just wish that maybe they were fighting the Kingpin.
Right. Like we had Kingpin in Daredevil, which is amazing. They had Punisher in Daredevil, which is even better.
Mm-hmm.
And spoiler alert, Punisher's back. Thank God.
Yep.
So
that was the only good thing about Daredevil season 2.
Yes,
I fell asleep for the rest of it. I'm sorry. Marvel's television exploits on Netflix are fucking snoozeville. I cannot get into them.
I like Jessica Jones. I like Luke Cage a lot. Iron Fist is fucking atrocious. I've never seen fighting so boring before in my life with one of the most,
I haven't even watched it.
It's supposed to like, it's the immortal Iron Fist. Like he's supposed to be like this badass dude, and he takes down security guards at a mall. Like why? Why are you doing this? Like make him fight something worth it. Like it's just bad. It's just not good to watch. So I'm hoping Defenders kind of maybe the fact that Iron Fist and Luke Cage fight in the trailer, I'm hoping is actually meaning that it's going to be a good fight.
Hopefully they got the fight choreographers from the first 2 seasons of Daredevil.
Yeah,
because the first 2 seasons of Daredevil, the fight was amazing.
Yeah, he had his style, everything was perfect. What's his face for Punisher? Guy who played in Walking Dead.
He was Shane in Walking Dead.
Yeah. I don't know the actor's name. Anyway, I think they picked the perfect Punisher too. He looks crazy. He looks psychotic.
He looks like Frank Castle.
He looks like Frank Castle.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I thought Tom Jane was a great Punisher.
Oh, absolutely. But he's too old now. He can't be Frank Castle anymore.
No.
Yeah.
John Bernthal.
John Bernthal. Thank you.
Netflix shows cool. Okay, they're all right. But the Thor trailer.
Absolutely.
Thor. I mean, that won for Marvel that night.
Can we talk about their like 70s like retro theme they're doing stuff now? Like their intros
more
and
of
stuff?
an 80s one.
80s?
From,
I mean, it's got like the font.
It has
a
little disco feel, but maybe it's a little more electronic.
I mean, yeah, because it definitely has like a 80s arcade feel.
Like a Tron.
Yeah, like a Tron, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
So Guardians is that 70s. They're making Thor that 80s feel, and then they just announced that Captain Marvel will be set in the 90s.
Yeah. Which is Oh, I mean, we even mentioned Captain Marvel, who they got to play Captain Marvel.
Yeah, but that Thor
Well,
trailer
that was last year.
I know. So
Was there anything other big like reveals from Marvel other than those two movies? Because speaking of the '80s, there's something that really like tweaked my nips a bit
Oh
in
yeah.
a good way.
Well, we haven't talked the Thor trailer at all.
The Thor trailer. So you finally get a little bit more of a elaborate trailer.
Mhm.
The first trailer kind of just gave us hints of, okay, Thor's in this place, got captured, fighting the Hulk. There's a bigger threat, Hela, and that's it.
And there you go.
That was all we got. This one, we get a little bit more of Thor kind of narrating what happens to him, and you find out he's talking to Bruce Banner.
Yeah, you get the first glimpse of the Executioner.
Yeah,
Played by Carl Urban, which great. He looks exactly like the Executioner, which is amazing.
well, and you get to see Hela fighting not only Asgard,
Yeah,
but she's also taking on the full what's her name?
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie.
On the Pegasus.
Mhm.
Pegasus.
Pegasi.
I don't know. Multiple Pegasus.
Pegasus is the same plural of Pegasus.
Multiple Pegasus.
got it right. The fifth try.
And obviously she destroys Thor. We've already talked about that. She destroys Thor's hammer.
Hela looks amazing.
Hela looks perfect.
I'm excited. I love her fucking helmet that looks straight out of the comic books. Like Marvel is now just like, fuck it, we're making everything look like straight out of the comics.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you get the Heimdall fighting again. You get Loki helping his brother out, which I'm sure is just some ruse to trick him into doing something stupid again. And then you get Hulk talking.
Talking Hulk.
We haven't really got Talking Hulk minus Hulk Smash. Like that's it. He said that when he went to go jump onto a building.
Hey, we got Puny God in Avengers movie.
We got Puny God. So we've got little blurbs here and there. You get to see Thor and Hulk having a full-on conversation about who's better, which is like, well, we all know Hulk hates Thor, like because he's the only person that doesn't get destroyed when he punches him.
And their effects keep upping. You could see more and more of Mark Ruffalo's features in the Hulk's face.
Absolutely. Yeah,
it
looks
looked
good.
really good.
It looked great.
It did.
We get what's it, World War Hulk or Planet Hulk or
Planet Hulk.
The Gladiator Hulk?
Yeah, Planet Hulk, because they're on Scar.
Yeah.
Or Sakaar. I'm sorry.
Sakaar.
Scar's
Hulk's son.
Hulk's son, yeah.
Yeah, they named his kid after that. There's a lot of weird shit that goes on in that plot line.
So yeah, great trailer, great music. I love the music they pick out. Obviously, Marvel's been picking out some good soundtracks lately. And then we get one of my favorite moments when she questions, and it kind of made me think back to Avengers 2 when they're fighting Ultron. When Captain's like, you had to ask. She asked him, what are you the god of anymore? And he just goes full thunder god.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. He doesn't need this freaking hammer to be the god. He can still be a god without it. And it's perfect.
Thor just goes Super Saiyan. It's cool.
Yeah, it's fine.
He really did.
Whatever.
Oh yeah,
His power level might have been over 9,000 in that
Possibly.
scene.
I hope so.
Possibly.
rough.
And that final scene of Hulk leaping at Surtur.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Just taking on this giant demon fire.
I want that Funko Pop now, the Surtur one. Also.
Now, after seeing the character in the movie, I think the Funko Pop should be bigger. I'm a little sad at the size of the thing now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anyone saw this. Speaking of size, no. At San Diego Comic Con, the Funko, vendor table had a giant Gladiator Hulk Funko. I'm talking taller than me, 6'3".
Yeah.
Taller than me.
Life size.
Amazing, Funko style Gladiator Hulk. And I was like,
awesome.
That's amazing.
Need
Please,
that.
somebody sell that.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have the extra $2,500, this can be yours.
I mean, done. It would sit right on this table right in front of us, and that'd be it.
I'd buy it.
So then after Thor, I think that's all the Marvel, right? That's all Marvel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean they showed footage of Black Panther, but that's about it.
Obviously, we got the poster trailer, the poster teasers, and we also got a little bit of the footage.
They also announced the rest of the cast of Ant-Man and the Wasp. So, I mean, the two biggie ones really are Lawrence Fishburne as Bill Foster, who was the second giant man who died in the first Civil War.
The one that beat his wife.
No, Goliath.
Hank Pym is the wife beater.
Oh, okay.
And that's
Yeah,
already
Hank Pym is the
taken by
wife beater.
Michael Douglas.
Oh yeah, so he plays the It's fitting.
And
definitely.
then Michelle Pfeiffer is Janet Van Dyne, the original Wasp.
Wow, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Seeing her play like a broken Catwoman in Batman Returns makes me think she's gonna knock this out of the fucking park.
Yeah,
Right,
I
yeah.
agree. Yeah, that's good. I think that's good.
Mhm.
And I haven't seen Michelle Pfeiffer in like 20 years. So
Yeah.
Nobody has.
Nobody has.
She was like wherever Osama bin Laden was hiding, she was like on the block over. Like she was just gone.
and he got caught.
Now somebody get me Rick Moranis.
He will not get out of his self-exile.
Oh, okay. So yeah, great lineup of movies from Marvel coming up. And not all characters that we really wanted. I mean, I like Black Panther. Didn't know I would like a Black Panther movie, but I'm excited for it.
Mhm.
We all didn't expect Ant-Man to be anything good, and then all of a sudden Paul Rudd pulls out this Ant-Man that we love. So we get another one of those. And obviously, it's all just for Infinity War. Infinity War is going to have the full lineup, full gambit of characters.
Everyone and Aunt May.
And Aunt May. All right, so that's Marvel. Good job, Marvel.
Oh my god.
What?
Non-comic book movie. I am super psyched about this film. Spielberg is totally... Oh my god, the trailer. Oh god. Like right now, you guys can't tell because like we're Skyping, but I'm super aroused.
Oh god.
He's showing us his penis.
I need bleach. Bleach for my mind. Bleach. Yes.
Steven Spielberg is directing the film adaptation of Ernest Cline's Ready Player One. And for those of you who don't read or can't read, Andy, Ernest Cline's Ready Player One is
Guess what? Ready Player One was pretty much a movie script, so I could just watch the movie and say screw reading the book.
You're not a good person. The book is amazing, and the audio book is narrated by Will Wheaton, who is a personal hero of mine. So the entire premise is this is a novel, and it is the near dystopic future where everyone lives in the slums. Like the world is falling apart, the environment's crap.
Hey.
The 1% are literally the 1%.
It's in Columbus, Ohio. Okay, calm down.
Yeah, the part of the story takes place in Columbus, Ohio. It looks like they're changing that a little bit, but yeah, for the most part, it's the whole world is obsessed with this online virtual reality called the Oasis, which is way better than the real world, and everything's done there from like business transactions to going to your job. Kids go to school in this thing. Basically, everyone on Earth has retreated into the Matrix,
Right.
And the thing about the Oasis, the Matrix, is it's a huge love letter to the 80s and all things nerd and pop culture. So the main character is like one of us, man. He's like a geek who like loves like comic books and movies and music and video games. And he has to like become like the greatest geek of all time to uncover this hidden Easter egg in the game to basically like inherit the wealth of the guy who invented the Oasis. And it's like a big quest, and it's just the pop references are brilliant. The guy drives a goddamn DeLorean in the trailer, which is accurate in the book.
You get we get Deadpool right away when he first gets in there. Right.
You get the Iron Giant.
And the Iron Giant
is referenced in the trailer.
DeLorean, like you said, is referenced there. You get Tron reference, which I think is written by, it looks like Daft Punk almost. So you get
there's an Akira bike, the Akira motorcycle.
Yeah. So you get all these references to things that
Freddy Krueger was in there.
Of all, and I think Andy, you told me there was a Turtles reference somewhere.
Yeah, apparently there's a Turtles. I haven't spotted it yet, but someone said there's a Turtles reference.
Yeah, like you said, Phil, it's like if one of us could make our own game and throw every bit of our childhood into it, that's what's going to be on the screen. That's what we're going to have.
There are some amazing concepts in this book, like in this virtual reality world. Like people, it's open source, so people are able to do whatever they want. So people are like, oh, I'm going to make Middle Earth inside this universe, and that's what the Oasis is. It's like a universe of all pop culture. Like if you want to get into a spaceship and like fly to another planet that's like Dragon Ball Land, or you want to go like do Ultraman, or you want to do like a live action reality version of like Doom or some shit. Like every game that ever existed is in the Oasis. So the premise is like these corporate shills are trying to like cheat and win the competition so that they can gain the wealth and like take over and make the Oasis pay to play, which is a dick move because it's free for everybody.
Nice. And so, you get battles. I mean, you see him fighting on the back of some scorpion with machine guns, which could be a reference to like He-Man. I'm not sure.
There's Transformers references. There's anime references. There's action movie references. It is a massive love letter to pop culture. And anybody who is a geek should see this movie, or at least read the book.
Or at least listen to us, because we're going to see it, and then we might tear it apart, depending.
I really hope I don't have to shit on this film. If I have to shit on this film, I've lost all hope for Hollywood.
It is Spielberg.
It's in good hands, and so far from what I've seen from the trailer, what I saw in that trailer is what I imagined while reading this book. So I'm very optimistic. I'm excited.
And that, it's kind of like the Matrix again, but it's like a better Matrix. It's not so much, it's leather, and
it's Matrix 1 and not 2 and 3.
Right, exactly.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly. It's the white rabbit we were chasing.
Right.
Yeah, but I think if anyone's unfamiliar with this or has saw this trailer and was like, piqued your curiosity, Ready Player One, Ernest Cline. I recommend the audiobook because I just love listening to the dulcet sounds of Will Wheaton reading things. But this is a great read, and it's an easy read. It's not super verbose like Tolkien or George R. Martin.
Tolkien's hard to read, man. Oh my goodness.
It doesn't read like a fucking movie script. Somebody who hasn't read the book, of course, would say that, but shenanigans.
Well, then also staying in the 80s, I guess. We're going to stay in the 80s. Stranger Things.
Oh my God.
Got the Stranger Things 2 trailer, which I can't talk a lot for it because I've seen a few episodes. Wasn't my cup of tea. Honestly, everyone talks about like it's the next Orange is the New Black or something. I don't know.
I mean,
this is Netflix's crowning jewel. Stranger Things is the best original programming on Netflix.
It didn't grasp my attention the first couple episodes, but I agree. It had a good premise, fun story with kids, and the whole.
It's a great mix. It like I was describing it to people of like it's a great mix between X-Files and the Goonies.
Right. I get that feel.
Goonies and X-Files and like Twin Peaks and Erie, Indiana.
Yeah,
it's
like Goosebumps, like all over again, kind of thing.
Well, maybe not as lame as Goosebumps.
Easy. Those books were amazing.
It's my childhood you're making fun of.
It is a great series.
So we get the second coming, which comes out when
October 27th.
October 27th.
So it's like Halloween,
the Friday before Halloween weekend.
So it's Andy's birthday.
It is your birthday?
Yeah, so I'm just going to take the day off and marathon the shit out of that.
So
happy birthday.
That is a great birthday present.
Yeah. So in the trailer, again with music, I hate always talking about music in the trailers, but they freaking pricked Thriller.
Yeah. It was perfect.
It was perfect. So we get the creepy kids, in the arcade playing a game, and then
we get Vincent Price.
Right. And then we get, the little kid with the bowl cut, sees some
Will, yes.
Seems some demon and everything just changes around him and nobody else sees it and he kind of goes crazy.
I think he's still
There's
having
some
some
spoilers right now. I mean, I feel it's difficult to talk about this trailer without spoiling the first season, and it's a really great show. But the thing about it is it's really well kept secret. Like the things that take place in the show, it's a puzzle and you're putting these pieces together as you watch it. The main characters are these kids, or you care about these characters. Like you are on this journey with them. And yes, it's a lot like Goonies. And only a fucking monster would hate Goonies.
I think we had one of those.
We did. We had him on a podcast. Monster. Anyway, but yeah, I, without going into too much plot detail and like ruining like what takes place, this is a really fun supernatural mystery, kids on an adventure television show. And if you haven't seen Stranger Things, get off my planet.
I'll try.
I don't know. I think it's safe to spoil Stranger Things because it came out a year ago. If you haven't seen it in a year, like, come on.
Still has not seen it.
You can spoil it for me. I don't really care. I was
gonna say, you watch the first couple episodes. At this point, do you really care?
I know what's going on, and I'm just like, okay, cool. I think I might need to like sit down one weekend, like on a rainy weekend, and give it a shot.
It's only 8 episodes, if I remember right.
So a quick watch.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Netflix series that I like now, Ozarks.
Told you.
Amazing.
Ozark is great.
Amazing.
I know it's not very nerdy.
It's Nathan Bateman.
Jason
Bateman. Sorry. Jason Bateman. He directs it. He produces it and stars in it. Amazing. Go give it a watch. It's amazing.
It's like Breaking Bad starring Jason Bateman. Instead of meth, it's money laundering.
Yes, it's amazing. It's good stuff.
He runs afoul of the Mexican cartel, and moves his family to the Ozark because he can launder more money for them there and kind of gain his like reputation back, so they don't kill him. And
Right.
Laura Linney's his wife.
Right.
Laura Linney's great in anything.
Yeah. So
True.
yeah, just a little side note there. But yeah, so I think that's all of the non-comic trailers, right? We miss anything?
Those are all the big ones. I mean, Justice League's trailer came
Right.
out,
So
but
I was going to get back
I
to
was
Justice
gonna
League
say,
now.
we haven't talked Justice League.
Yeah, I was saying non-comics, you know,
I'm like,
non-comic. So now Justice League, where Ben Affleck is still Batman, for now,
how many
and
not be?
well, the whole shindig about him.
Warner Brothers gracefully plotting his exit out of the whatever.
So we kind of get, for me, back to old school Batman off this trailer. You get the light through the bat signal coming on. You get Batman on top of a gargoyle, kind of like that iconic scene.
Right.
But this trailer isn't just about him, which I think the first one kind of was. The first, trailer we had was all about Batman searching, finding the other members.
Yeah.
This one we kind of get, Gal Gadot being badass again.
Focuses on like how they work as a team.
Well, and you get a lot more of the personalities.
Right.
You get Wonder Woman's personality.
Flash is
You
going
get
to be
I am
Flash's
loving the
personality.
Flash.
I love this Flash. This Flash
I think
is
Flash
hysterical.
is the thing I'm most excited about this movie, beyond the shadow of a doubt. Aquaman and Batman's banter, it was one thing, but Flash, everything I've seen so far is there's nothing wrong with how they're handling this Flash.
Right, and I love the suit. I love the armored suit. I love him. I love the way they're like manipulating or showing how he uses the Speed Force, where it's like the lightning kind of kicks off before he does anything, which I think would make sense since he is actually one with the Speed Force and actually taps into it and goes. And I think it's a good adaptation of showing him how he's the Flash. And he talks about the little things like, I don't fight. You guys have fought. I don't know how to fight. All I've done is push people. It is a young Barry Allen, and I love it. And we kind of get
He's almost like their Spider-Man.
right. Yeah,
Mhm.
I can see that. I mean, I'm a little disappointed because I think Barry Allen is I think how they just portrayed Barry Allen in the comic universe with Bruce Wayne is that Bruce Wayne and Barry Allen were the two, Bruce Wayne admits in one comic, I forget which one it is, that Barry Allen is the only person he actually likes to talk to because he actually likes to pick that detective mind and talk to him about stuff.
They respect each other because they both have that
Right.
kind of detective personality.
So we don't get that right now because Barry Allen's so much younger.
Yeah, but also it kind of, even in the first trailer, it looks like mentoree
Yeah,
kind
I
of thing.
agree. Yeah, I agree.
I think we'll get to see a little bit of the forensic scientist of Barry
I
Allen.
hope so.
There's a lot of people that age that could be a forensic scientist at the police station.
Yeah, I'm sure he's just probably just coming into the forensic science world. Maybe just graduated.
Yeah.
And then all this is thrown at him. So you get Steppenwolf coming into the island of, what's that island called?
Themyscira.
Themyscira.
He looks 100%
So
better than he did in that deleted scene from
Right.
Batman versus Superman,
Right.
where he looked like a Disney animatronic alien thing.
Mhm.
well, that, and I think the first thing Andy said to me when we watched the trailer was, "That's how Ares should have looked."
Exactly.
So we get Steppenwolf. He looks big, badass, has his axe.
We get a little I don't know if foreshadowing or whatever, because what he says, this world has no lanterns, no Kryptonians.
Right.
Yes.
So we know the lanterns are here. We're not here. They're coming. We
Mhm.
know Superman's coming back.
Right.
That's coming. And Andy and I talked about this a little bit earlier. Is that Steppenwolf talking or is that Darkseid?
I would imagine it's Steppenwolf. I'm not sure. Because, Steppenwolf sounds like he's like an emissary.
Right. And so
He's a herald.
So is he talking to Darkseid saying, "Hey, look, I can take this planet,
Could be,
destroy
yeah.
it easily because they don't have anything to defend themselves."
Could be, yeah.
But yeah, so we get that little narration. We get I think the best Cyborg has looked in the trailers.
They've definitely cleaned up the CG on Cyborg.
Because in
Yeah.
the first trailer, he looked CGI to hell, and it was awful.
He looked like 2002 CGI.
Right, it was bad.
I agree. I don't know why they didn't just do a complete actual cyborg human being.
Right, yeah,
You
just
guys
make
fucking
one.
serious? Of course he's gonna look CG.
No,
He's
the
a
first one he
Robo-Man.
looked awful. He looked like obviously
He looked real bad.
It looked bad. It looked like my 1996 PlayStation, bad.
But was it Virtua Fighter bad?
No, that's more 8-bit, but no. So we get a good cyborg, and you see him kind of take over the Batmobile, which is cool.
We get more Jeremy Irons Alfred, which is a plus.
Oh yeah, absolutely a plus. You get
Aquaman riding
surfing
a
parademon through a building, which I thought was perfect. You know,
Gordon with the current league on the roof.
Yeah. And then you get the Flash funny when Gordon turns around and they're all gone, and Flash is like, "Oh, they just kind of
they've all vanished,
disappeared. They do that, huh?
That's rude.
And then, whee!
Run away."
So, and then
I like it when they break fourth wall and they comment on the Batman leaving
Oh,
every time he
yeah.
has a conversation.
Right, yeah.
It's smart.
I forgot
It's
another
good
Batman little Batman tidbit they threw in there with the wind up penguins.
Yes.
That was a good Jeremy Irons line right there. And then we have the end scene, which I think has caused some debate, between us at least.
Yeah.
I think in Jeremy Irons' glasses, you can see a green glow. I think it's Hal Jordan.
I think it's Superman.
I think it's Superman
because you could see a red.
You can see a red shoulder, and like if it was a lantern, he wouldn't recognize them.
No, he didn't recognize them. He said you would come.
I think.
Yeah, but he looks like
it's Dick fucking Grayson. I think it's
You think
Nightwing.
it's Nightwing?
I think it's Nightwing.
Maybe they might.
New 52 Nightwing is red and black.
He is?
That is a completely possible
But don't-
chance of that being Nightwing.
Don't make him fucking emo Nightwing.
I don't want red. I don't want red and black.
I don't mind the red and black if he didn't have the cry curtains.
Your color fashion problems aside, Tim, it's completely possible that this is in fact Nightwing, though.
It
The
could
way
be.
Alfred speaks to him is super familiar. It's like, oh, Bruce knew you'd show up. Like, oh, Dad's having a fight.
But
I'm here to be there.
He said you would come.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it was Batman that said you would come.
That's true.
Flash, we know, has done the whole Flashpoint thing.
I didn't say that it was a bad idea that it was Dick Grayson. I was just saying I don't want it to be red and black. And apparently Phil just flipped his fucking lid.
I think it's Superman because you see the red shoulder, and then he emphasizes on, "I just hope you're not too late."
Well, yeah,
Right.
but if he's Superman coming back, shouldn't he be in the black suit?
Who knows how long he's been back for
With-
before he finally get. I highly doubt he's going to rise from the dead in a black suit and be like, "I got to see Alfred."
Maybe.
with a mullet and a mustache.
What
that
if
needs to be
what if
digitally
we're all
CGI'd
wrong?
out.
What if we're all wrong? And this is the new 52 Flash, the first Flash. What's his face?
Jay Garrick?
Jay
Garrick.
Garrick.
We're not
That's
going to get
Golden
that
Age
yet.
Flash.
You're going to.
Yeah, Golden Age. Thank you.
They announced future films for the DC, and Flash's standalone film is Flashpoint. So we're not going to get any of that stuff.
We know he
until
did
then.
Flashpoint because he went to Bruce and that.
No, he just knew how to travel through time
Right.
at that point. He hasn't done Flashpoint where
Also-
he went back to
Yeah,
stop
with-
his mother
yeah, with-
from getting
yeah.
murdered.
Or what if it's Thomas Wayne? Just kidding. I'm just throwing everything out possible from the new
It's Superman.
Flashpoint. I don't think it's Superman. I don't. I mean, I could be wrong. But in his glasses, there's definitely something glowing, and I don't think anything on Superman would glow.
I'd have to go. I mean, unless it's like a shine from like the S shield.
Yeah, but it's a definitive. The
I'd
only
have to-
thing
I'd
in the
have to
dark.
go-
Yeah, look
I'd
at
have
the
to go back
stills.
and look at it.
It's either Green Lantern or it's Nightwing.
Or it could be the Lantern Core.
Right.
So
I'd
it
have
could,
to
be
go
more,
back.
it could be not
because-
all of them, but a couple of them.
Yeah, because I'm with Andy.
Damn
We're
it,
like,
Phil.
I'm with
Entire
Andy.
Green
We're like, I
Lanterns.
noticed the red shoulder, but I didn't notice anything.
Yeah,
in
if
his
you look at Jeremy
glasses.
Irons' glasses, there's definitely a definite glow. Like, it's circular. It's like a pinpoint. It's not a lot.
But
it's
that
not like an
looks like
overall.
Something from one of the pieces
But
of
it's not there till
machinery
it looks
around
up.
there.
No, all the machinery's
we'll have
below
to
him.
watch it again.
All machinery's
Oh, yeah.
below him. He turns around and looks up, and something's definitely glowing. Or it's Lex Luthor in his Lex suit.
All right.
and
All
that's
right.
and
Your goddamn conspiracy theories are giving me an ulcer.
Yeah.
All three of you.
yeah.
All right, so then, that's pretty much the trailer. I mean, it's a good. I'm excited for it. I want to see
San Diego,
What?
San Diego Comic-Con was a cornucopia of badass.
Oh,
We saw a
absolutely.
lot of great. We got a lot of shit we're really excited for. A lot of shit we're kind of wary about. But for the most part, thank you. Like, oh my god, like you made my whole weekend.
Oh yeah, and if you need a recap, go look at our Instagram page because I think it's all over there. I think we got everything up.
Yeah,
From,
we
most
were
of the-
we were doing
everything.
it as it was announced.
Most of the pictures of what they like their slate of movies. Which
Absolutely.
I don't know what the order is in, but we're getting Suicide Squad 2.
Yep.
Gotham City Sirens, Wonder Woman 2.
Batgirl.
Flash is now Flashpoint.
I thought they changed Gotham City Sirens to something else.
I read something where they were going to do like Harley Quinn versus the Joker, which just sounds like an awful idea.
Right. Yeah, not that one.
But that was before San Diego.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, go to our Instagram. It's all there. Everything we liked, wanted to show off. If you haven't seen the posters for all the films, they're amazing.
Yeah, they did a nice Thor Ragnarok one sheet.
The Thor poster was amazing.
And then the Avengers Infinity War, like 4 pieces to it.
Yes. And the Justice League one. I love the Justice League one.
The Justice League one looks like I had to do a second glance at it because I thought it was Alex Ross's art.
It looked
looks
like
just
it.
like it.
And no, that's the actors.
Alex Ross actually posted it on his Instagram, and his only caption was,
Right.
Well, that and I don't know the new comic coming out, Metal. I think it's called Metal.
Metal. Yep.
It kind of looks like that a little bit too. The cover for the Justice League Metal, a little bit as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely, it's great art. Go look at it; it's awesome. So I think that finally brings us to a movie that I haven't seen. That
Andy and I have.
2 people have and told me to stay away.
So on my birthday last Friday, I had a little movie marathon. I went and resaw Spider-Man.
Yeah.
In the evening, I decided I was going to go see IMAX 3D Valerian with the missus.
Ew.
I'm a huge before I drop my pants and I get a big meaty chud on deck for this film. I'm a huge Luc Besson fan. I love The Professional. Leo and The Professional is probably one of the greatest staples of film. Fifth Element fucking redefined science fiction. I love The Fifth Element.
It's a great movie.
Leeloo Dallas, Multipass. These are great movies. Luc Besson's done some good shit. Valerian's not one of them.
Not even close.
I walked into this movie expecting give me more Fifth Element. I'm familiar with Valerian and Laureline, the French graphic novel comic book it's based on. It's very much a European love letter to sci-fi. There's a lot of Star Wars references, a lot of Trek, all the Doctor Who. It's basically a big grab bag of stealing shit. That's fine. Good authors steal. That's what happens. Luc Besson, unfortunately, did not steal correctly. So we're talking about a movie with 2 of the most uncharismatic main characters I have ever seen.
Zero chemistry. Zero
Dane
chemistry.
DeHaan as Valerian is flat and boring, and I liked him in Chronicle, but then again, his character was flat and boring, so shit.
They probably said, do the same thing, just do it again.
The young woman who played Laureline, Google this while I'm bitching about it, please.
She was Enchantress, wasn't she?
She's Enchantress.
Yeah, she was the Enchantress.
Cara Delevingne. I don't know how.
She's a model.
She
I
was
don't know
one
how
of
to
the
pronounce her
only
last name.
parts of that movie where I was kind of like, you're okay. You have some good lines, but most of the time you're just trying to run with some inside jokes that nobody gets, and they're terrible, and it was bad.
5 minutes into this movie, these are characters that apparently have been like working together for a long time, and the main character is supposed to be some kind of like ladies' man, like just pussy pot, like bitches be dropping from the sky. I take one look,
with that
one
voice.
look at Dane DeHaan, and I'm like, you have never even been laid. Don't even go there. Not once. Never. She's been laid by women more than you have, buddy. Sorry. So he like proposes to her after like 5 minutes in this film, and I literally looked at my wife and I was like, I give no shits about whether or not they actually get married. I don't care about either of these assholes. In fact, I kind of hope the bad guys win.
Ugh, that sounds. Oh my goodness.
The premise is that they're like these intergalactic spies, or like intergalactic like super agents of like the Federation. Install your government here of space. I don't care, but
That's all they say. They're like, we work for the government. That's
it.
your
Kind of like
code
the
name.
Federation, like for
just
the Federation.
apparently Earth like somehow like proved to the rest of the universe by making our space station that we weren't complete dicks, and then aliens decided that they were going to add on their ships to our space station, and then it just became a big Lego play set of like space stations that got too big for its britches, and we had to move it out of Earth's orbit. First of all, I don't believe that for an instant. Human beings suck. There's no way aliens would ever respect us for getting along. It's not going to happen. So the whole premise of the film is ruined off the bat for its unrealism. That aside,
Wait, people in space living there, unreal? Wait a second.
We have people living in space right now in a space station. That's not the part. It's the fact that humans get along in this future that I have a problem with. That's not going to happen. But more importantly, so the premise is there's this alien race called the Pearls, and they look like they sound. They're
The
like
pearl necklace.
They look like pearl people. Like they live on like the beach and giant seashells by the seashore.
wait. They're literal pearls?
They literally look like humanoid pearls.
They're
and
like-
I shit you not, it is a straight rip off of Avatar, man.
Yeah, they do.
Oh.
They look like that. You know,
They're the
it's-
Na'vi.
the-
They're
the-
they're
of the
white
beach.
Na'vi.
Of the beach?
yeah.
Yeah, they're beach Na'vi. They literally even have like that hand gesture the Na'vi do where they're like, I see you. They do the same shit. It is a straight ripoff.
Ugh.
It is boring.
I didn't
as
like Avatar,
fuck.
so
Well,
I
then
mean-
you would hate this fucking movie.
I mean, Avatar was already a ripoff of like
Dance with Wolves.
Every-
Dances with
Everything.
Wolves and Pocahontas
Pocahontas.
and
Fern Gully, insert movie here.
Insert, invading
film.
white people here
white people.
Oh, yeah.
Us
So-
crazy white folks.
to
So,
Django.
needless to say, I was expecting this. I was expecting that this characters were not going to be, Oscar-worthy characters. So I went for the visuals. I paid the 3D price so I could like trip balls while I watched this movie, even
Absolutely.
though I was straight up sober. And you know what? They were dog shit too.
Really? Because
They
what I
were
saw
awful.
like in the previews and stuff,
Yeah.
the visuals I thought
I actually
looked
give
good.
the visuals some credit. There was some pretty good stuff in there for 3D. It's the best 3D I've seen. It didn't just look like, oh, after the fact, let's just convert some of this to 3D. It looked good.
So
That
it-
was it. There was one review I was reading online where these people had due to technical difficulties, they lost like 5 minutes of audio, and somebody in the theater actually yelled out, "It's better without sound."
Yeah, that guy, props to him. He's right.
It was
but
accurate.
I'm pretty sure that
Accurate.
this movie gave me cancer.
Wait, Space
This
Age?
movie gave me space cancer. It was that bad. It was
Hey,
there was nothing redeeming about it.
In
plot-
space.
This movie, the plot is contrived. I've seen this plot before. The characters are flat and boring. I'm sorry, Andy, man. I don't agree, dude. I thought the visuals. I felt like I'd seen it somewhere. It just wasn't interesting.
It was just a big pile of disappointment.
And you know what the biggest disappointment was? And I hate to even say this, but Rihanna shows up. And
That was the
2 minutes-
only great part of that movie.
Okay.
That was it. And
Pull
then
your
she
pants
talked.
Conflicting interests.
And then she talked.
Ooh.
And
She wasn't even her character. I didn't give two shits about either.
no.
And she plays this like shape-shifting stripper slave owned by Ethan Hawke.
Sounds good.
Which
I dig it.
you think that
Ethan
you
Hawke
think it
was
was, but Andy, as Andy said, then she tried to act.
And then she
Oh.
tried to act like Rihanna, love you, you're hot, you could sing,
Shut up.
don't act.
I like Umbrella. I'll admit it. I'll admit it openly,
Ella,
publicly.
Ella.
But no, this was no. This was a film that. Oh, and here's the screwed up part. So Luc Besson is a huge Valerian fan from his youth. Like when he was a kid, he grew up and read this
It's
comic.
French,
Apparently,
bitch.
yeah, it's French, and his dad is French. So he's not only the director, but he was also the screenplay writer for this film. And it did not look like, based on the credits that I was seeing, and especially the post word at the end of the film says "for my father." If your dad was alive, Luc Besson, your ass would be grounded for making this movie.
This
This would
movie,
be like if my kid remade Star Wars and there weren't any Jedi in it. I'd be like, I don't know, you're not
and
my
that's why
child.
this was like Luc Besson's prequels of like George Lucas himself. He was amazing visually. He shouldn't have been like writing it. He shouldn't have written that dialogue.
So you get like a Guardians of the Galaxy, the head of the Titan kind
I
of
didn't
thing.
even get that. It wasn't even funny. The music wasn't good either. The music in the trailer was better than the music in the movie.
So there's no cantina scene.
There's like 4 cantina scenes. They're bad.
There is a John Goodman cameo.
Oh,
I'm
Hey,
always
guess
down.
what?
I'm always down for some good news.
Spoiler alert, guys. He plays a big fat jerk.
oh. So he plays himself.
Accurate.
No
Oh.
shit. Like that's
So it's like
even the
Roseanne
cast-
all over again.
Hey,
even
it was
the
good,
casting
Roseanne.
decisions were
10
like
close,
trite and contrived in this movie. There's nothing redeeming about Valerian. And that sucks because I had high hopes for it. And Tim said that this was going to happen.
Ooh, Tim
so
called
I
it.
was right. Like we
Yeah,
could.
but you haven't seen it, so you can just say that based on your own gut feeling, which I respect right now. But you haven't seen it and gone through the pain that I've gone through.
And I don't want to. I mean, unless they like riff tracks it, I'll be like, yeah, all right. But
Riff
like,
tracks or like Mystery Science.
yeah, Mr. Science, I'll watch that.
Absolutely.
If I've watched the Plan 9 from Outer Space or Manos: The Hands of Fate, I can sit through Valerian with a riff tracks.
Nice.
Okay. So I'm gonna literally just like riff off a few like sci-fi commonalities that exist. They're all in this movie. Angry AI robots that shoot things. Oppressed alien races, time travel, faster than light travel, giant space stations. Like, fuck my life, man. This movie, it just gives the finger to every awesome sci-fi property it steals from, and then doesn't do it right. It doesn't doesn't execute.
Doesn't pay respect to it.
Not at all. It literally just like I'm doing to this movie right now. I'm shitting on it. It did that to like every movie it stole from.
It felt like every single actor on set dialed it in.
Well, I told you guys when we were talking about it, last week or 2 weeks ago, when you're like, "How was he Valerian?" I'm just bad.
Why did you say that though? You hadn't seen it. You just thought it would be bad. And Luc Besson's history aside, he's done great movies. So why in God's green earth is this movie so terrible?
I don't know. I mean,
you don't know. So shut up. Tell me you knew it was going to happen. You just thought it was going to happen.
It just looked bad from the trailers to me, from the previews.
Didn't look that bad.
I prejudged it, I guess. My bad.
We should start getting a counter called a Phil triggered.
Right,
counter, and see how many times it goes off.
In my defense, I had like 3 margaritas.
I'm saucy.
Wow. So we're getting angry, Phil.
I will Hulk smash. If anyone ever mentions Valerian to me again, I'm.
All right.
So if we were the type of people who did drugs, would this movie be good?
No. Even then,
No.
you could pump me full of like I don't even care. Like just make like a bathtub full of like narcotics.
Harry Buffalo narcotics.
I still would not have enjoyed this film.
That's awful.
There's not enough shrooms, acid. You name it. There is not enough of any of that to make this redeemable.
I need to find someone who liked this, just so I can trigger Phil.
You know who liked it? I bet Josh likes it.
I bet Josh did. That son of a bitch.
I'll have to ask him.
I bet he loved it. He probably thought it was better than Star Wars.
Yeah, Valerian was awesome, man.
This is how Star Wars should have been.
Oh, man.
You just don't get it.
Best plot ever.
Dark Knight was a terrible trilogy.
You know what my father told me when I was like of the age of 10?
You're wrong.
My father sat me down and he gave me some really good advice. He said, "Phil Jr." And I said, "Yes, Phil Sr." He said, "Never ever trust a man who hates Goonies. You punch him right in the dick." And I said, "Yes, Papa."
Yes, Papa.
Also, I forgot to wear a condom one night and pow! There you are.
Oh.
We can cut that out. That was a bad joke.
Your jokes are bad. You should feel bad.
I do feel bad. That was a real bad joke. I apologize for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay,
myself.
So Andy, you and I both are huge Star Wars fans, right? And the aliens of the Star Wars universe are pretty unique and cool. Would you agree?
Correct.
Okay. Very succinct, correct. So I was thinking maybe the alien races of Valerian would be unique and cool. Wrong.
Correct.
Oh my God.
Indubitably.
There was a few cool looking aliens when they first started. In the very beginning when they were showing them all boarding, like you said, and the humans were getting along, which, like you said, is completely bullshit because we as a human race can't even get along with people of different colors. How we would be so racist against aliens.
Is that racist?
Speciesist.
Thanks for your technology. Get the fuck off my planet. I'm gonna build a space wall.
So moral of the story is don't see Valerian.
No, don't waste your money.
Make sure that you are packing heat. Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't understand that reference.
Because I'm saying that when you're done, you're going to want to like incite violence.
Okay.
Around you.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know if it was an actual weapon reference or like a condom reference.
I was going with suicide.
Oh.
That too. You might. I don't know how much it might hurt you.
It's that bad.
The Heat starring Sandra Bullock.
Ooh, okay.
That was a good movie.
Not a lot of movies are that bad. This movie might be Hudson Hawk bad though.
The Adventures of Ford Fairlane.
What about Blackwater bad?
I don't know what Blackwater is, but it's definitely Adventures of Ford Fairlane bad.
Waterworld.
Waterworld's not bad. You shut up. You shut your mouth.
Waterworld is.
You shut your mouth right now. I will punch it.
Waterworld has its redeeming moments. Valerian had none.
Never seen it. I've never seen Waterworld.
Okay,
so
get out.
But I don't
dude,
want
get
to.
out.
You ever
That'll
seen
ship Earth.
Waterworld?
I've
You've never
not
seen
seen
Kevin Costner
Waterworld.
drink his own recycled pee?
Oh, because that makes me want to go see it now.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't you want to see Kevin Costner drink piss? I
And
want to see
and-
Kevin Costner
and
drink.
what-
Did
and
you
what-
see the post?
Because it's sterile and I like the taste.
If you can dodge a Valerian, you can dodge a ball.
Please dodge it for sure. All right. I
All
think
right.
that's
I think that is
That's it
all
for
the
us,
topics that we had written down for ourselves.
I'm going to bed.
all right. So Old Man Andy's
Man
come
Andy.
out. So now it's time to
Ah.
us to leave.
The sun is
Rick and
down.
Morty,
I must go
4
to
days.
sleep.
Oh yes, Rick and
4
Morty.
days.
Oh,
Season 3, Rick and Morty.
I've rewatched seasons 1 and 2 and the first episode of season 3 in anticipation.
Sweetie and I do get Loot Crate, so free plug for them. This month's Loot Crate was animation based, and there is a Rick figure that came in it where he's just given 2 fucking middle fingers.
That I will steal from one of your homes.
No, you leave it at my house right now.
I'm pretty sure I have a better chance of stealing it than you do. What are they going to do? Come all the way to Indianapolis and take it back?
Yes, I
Yeah.
will find you.
Oh, shit.
I have a very special set of skills. All
I'm
right.
glad we could finally get together, guys. And I know it's been a while since we talked about Spider-Man, but I mean, that wasn't so fucking hard, was it?
Not at
Ooh,
all.
There's a good reference coming back again.
Bum.
And
It's so fucking hard.
next week we'll announce which other podcasts we're taking over.
They're not-
All your
they're-
cast
they're-
belong to us. I got my first fidget spinner.
Oh lordy,
You
you
And
millennial.
it is
You-
a golden snitch.
child.
You golden
Save that
snitch?
video.
Nice.
All right. That makes it redeemable.
Some redeemable qualities.
All right.
Only if you don't play with it.
I unfortunately have a serious problem now.
Oh,
They're
All right,
addictive.
well.
I have a Batman one at my desk at work.
shut up, Andy. You're old. You're going to bed soon.
I am going to bed.
The sun is down. I must go to bed.
Get off
I
my
like how
lawn.
the oldest person here is also a fidget spinner owner. That's interesting. That's just a weird kind of like.
Well, in
opposites attract
his
situation.
defense, he could say his son got it and he just stole it.
Fair enough.
But
All
he
right,
did.
I
That
gotta-
didn't happen.
Yeah.
All right,
I
guys.
gotta head out, gentlemen. Thank
All
you
right.
very much.
You gotta
I
go
will
to
catch you
bed?
on the flippy floppy.
All
All
right.
right. Well, thank you for listening. I'm Tim.
Just Tim. That's all.
That's
Tim.
it. All right. I was going for a closing.
Oh,
but
you're
no,
good.
all right.
No,
Whatever.
that's good. Sweeney's here too.
Everyone.
One of you two fuckers need to say your name. Andy.
And I'm Andy.
Wubba lubba dub dub.
And we're the Hateful Geeks. Till next time, stay
Riggedy,
classy
riggedy, Rick, y'all.
and go fuck yourself, San Diego.
I'm just going to be like, hey, before we get started, we want to give a shout out to another podcast called the Movie Guys Podcast. They talk movies. They know their shit. They're actually some pretty knowledgeable geeks, and you should go give them a listen.
All right. Well, I was recording all that,
We're-
so
yeah.
There, we're done.
No.
Where can
Have
you?
they ever done an episode on Starship Troopers? Because their opinion on that movie is going to determine whether or not I care.
Also, where can you find them at?
Yeah. So go
Oh
ahead,
yeah.
Andy, when you're ready.
Those Movie Guys Podcast.
God.
He's asking you like what formats they're on.
I know.
Facebook,
Facebook.
Instagram.
Are they on Facebook?
Yes.
Find them on Facebook at the Movie Guys Podcast.
Facebook, iTunes, Google Play, suck a ball. Let's go.
There you go.
All right, you got it? You ready? Or should we just do what we just
Can
did
you-
and let
can
it
you-
go?
Can you?
I just cut all that
Can
together.
you do it by yourself, champ?
Edit it, Sweeney. Go.
So fucking hard.
Oh god.
Yeah,
It's back.
This is so.
All right. So
What a piece of
Oh
shit.
wait, Andy. Wait,
Oh.
wait, Andy. Say this. Say that movie gave you space AIDS.
Space AIDS.
Space Age.
Space
All right.
AIDS?
We're going with space.
Yeah,
We're going with
Andy.
space
Say that
AIDS.
movie gave you space AIDS.
All right.
All right.
No. Don't count
You're
down.
the one counting down, you asshole.
I was ready. I was like, all right, he's going.
Most people who smoke aren't dicks, but Andy just like triples his asshole.
Right.